We live? We all good? We all good? We all good? We good? Come on. There we go. It's been a long while since I've had a chance to stream. Thanks, school. But it's currently spring break, and admittedly, I wanted to stream. I had originally planned to stream every day this week, but in the end, I never really got the chance to do that. So it was just to make up for that, I'll do my best to make this a double length stream, a couple hours. Yeah, that sounds good. Today's goal, just get from here all the way to the end, completely rid of dirt, grass, and trees. Just if it's between these these lines of brick, get rid of it. That's today's goal. Starting now. Man, efficiency 4 is... How did I ever live without efficiency 4? Just... My god, it's so fast. Like... Okay, look at this there, and just do that. And then that. Alright, I won't have to worry about organization for a while. Wish the shovel isn't breaking. Probably gonna have to repair soon, but anyway. Yeah. Yeah, as I said, been pretty busy with school stuff. So I haven't really gotten the chance to stream until now. And it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Though admittedly I am a bit stumped on one specific assignment. But I can get it done. No worries. But I am curious. Since it's been a while. How are those of you who are tuning back in? How have the two of you? How have those of you who are tuning back in been doing? I cannot English today. Just something about hitting that record button. Just something about hitting that start streaming button that makes it impossible to speak properly. Yeah. How have you, the viewers, been doing? Hey, Teo, thanks for the follow. Thanks for excuse me. Yeah, not sure. So, yeah, I actually, prepared things to talk about this time. Probably. So, if you have the time, allow me to regale you all with some tales from the tabletop that I have amassed over the years. So, once upon a time, there was there there was this. Okay, what do I call it? I actually can't remember the name, what the party called them, wound up calling themselves. Eesh, this is not good. I can work with it. So, once upon a time, I ran a game for a handful of people, and let's just say that none of them had a particularly strong moral compass. Now, for those of you who know all about like alignment and stuff, that doesn't matter. That doesn't really matter all that much in 5th edition Dungeons and Dragons, which is what I was running. But good and bad still matter. Like good and evil still definitely matter. Just not as much as in 3rd or 4th edition. So anyway, this party, they just did, as you would probably expect from a party, from a group that didn't really have a strong moral compass. They did a lot of bad things. A lot of bad boys and girls that did a lot of bad things. Oh, hello, Mr. Creeper. Goodbye. I'll just obliterate that creeper real quick. Pick up the gunpowder. Ooh, 5. Thank you, looting. Where was I? Oh yeah, they did a lot of bad boys and girls who did bad things. Now, admittedly, not all of it was on purpose. Like it started when it started, they had boundaries. They had reasonable boundaries for what they were willing and not willing to do. And I wish this is where that story ended. But no. No, it's not. It is most certainly not where that story ends. See, before I can really get into a detail of what exactly they did that got them all killed, that eventually got them all killed, I need to tell you how that chain of events really started. Now, see, in the setting that I was running, specifically, one of the largest religions in the world, the Church of Palor, was known for their hospitality to those in need. And having not having a place to stay, any real place to stay, they decided to try and find such a location, and they did. It's not exactly hard to do. So they found the place without any problems. And the sorcerer, wanting to basically help out in any way they could, decided to try and start a fire. To cook, you know, to cook. I don't think I need to explain how that went, but for the sake of the story, I will. Okay, the sorcerer realized that the only spell they had that could potentially start a fire was Firebolt, which, if you don't know what that is, it's basically the simplest damaging spell in the game. You just hurl a small bolt of fire at your enemy, and they die. That's just how it works. Now, what they weren't aiming for anything that was alive, thank goodness. Just a small, you know, a small fire, a small bundle of wood to start a fire. They rolled a natural 1 to light that. They rolled a natural 1, which, for those of you who don't know, usually means catastrophic failure. Probably shouldn't turn that into planks, actually. Yeah, and because, yeah, a natural 1 usually means catastrophic failure. So, in this case, that catastrophic failure just so happened to be hitting the church wall. Which, as you know, tends to be how entire buildings set on fire and burn down. Now, thankfully, they were able to put the fire out. It did a fair amount of damage, but at least they helped put it. At least they helped solve the problem they caused. Because they helped, because sure, people were mad about it, but at the end of the day, who cared? Didn't they help? They helped. So, they helped. So, as far as the people of the church really cared. That is not my mob drop stress. This is my mob drop stress. As I was saying, as far as the people of the church really cared, they helped put the fire out. So they helped put the fire out. So they broke even. Now, so yeah, well, not their best moment, but at least they set things straight. Cut ahead. 2 or 3 levels later, don't really remember that finer detail. Anyway, got ahead a few levels, and they're in the exact same situation. So what do? Track down a church again. And you know what? It happened. Again. Like, I've heard of deja vu, but that's just ridiculous. Now, I do need to make one thing perfectly clear. In that instance, it was just the sorcerer. And at that, and they were because of, like as I mentioned, they didn't really have the strongest morals compass, so they were kind of on the run. They're kind of on the run from the law. They just hadn't really just not many had really gotten the word that this man was a criminal just yet. So, fearing that he might get caught, he decided to, instead of stay and help, the sorcerer decided to just bolt, just run away. Nope, can't reach that. Got it. Was this the best idea? Absolutely not. See, the only reason they got off the hook the first time is because they helped solve the problem they caused. But no, they just kind of set the church on fire and ran away. Still accidentally, like albeit accidentally, but it's still setting a church on fire. And how that happens twice is beyond me. But, you know, it is what at that point, it was what it was. So basically, how that little event ended was an angel wound up descending from the heavens to say, "Hey, go back and fix that." And the sorcerer was like, "Do I have to?" The angel was like, David said, "Yes." And it was so we did, and all was good. To give a little clarification, in Dungeons and Dragons, devas are known as the messengers of the gods. So the sorcerer hadn't done anything to really arouse anything too bad per se, but he still screwed up badly enough to where, you know, a god sent an angel down, and that's just, you know, never good. At any rate, now happened twice, and as far as anyone was really concerned, that was the last time it was ever going to happen. Well, you know, it didn't. That's not the last time it happened. Somehow, the stars aligned, to make that not the last time it would ever happen. And basically, it was not. Basically, they had between the second and third incidents, they had done quite a bit of bad. Like, to call them anything but terrorists would just be outright wrong. And this last incident, the incident that caused them all to die, yeah, this is where, yeah, that's just the icing on the cake. So, basically, they found somehow, some reason, they decided that it would be just a grand old time, a brilliant idea, to go ahead, just go right out ahead, and burn down a church intentionally this time. The first two times were accidents. No one can say they weren't accidents. But this last one, to reiterate, was completely intentional. They knew full well what they were doing. And before you ask what could have possibly made them take the jump from accidentally burning down a church to intentionally burning it down, that's a can of worms I'd frankly rather not discuss. Anyway, this time the sorcerer just walked up to the door, opened it, and just cast Fireball. Just cast Fireball. Right in the middle. The place was on fire. Just the entire place was on fire in seconds. There was no saving it. And extract well, the sorcerer, or really the party for that matter, were already on their last strike, essentially. You know, like 3 strikes, you're out. So, and for their 3rd strike, they had just completely pissed off a god, which already is not a good idea. Oh, I gotta get the grass. So, there they were. And yeah, just wondering, thinking, wow, that was pretty easy. I can't believe, and there are definitely not going to be any consequences for this. Yeah, no. There were so many consequences. strike, as I said, strike 3, and strike 3, you're out. No, they'd had plenty of they'd have gotten plenty of second chances, just working up to that point. It just, and just, in the end, God had had enough. God just had enough. So he sent in the biggest gun, what was essentially the angelic big guns. Paylor sent a freaking Solar. Excuse me, voice crack. And to be clear about what a Solar is, Devas, there are 3 main types of angels in 5th edition D&D at least. Devas are the messengers of the gods. Planetars as they are known, are the weapons of the gods. And Solars, well, these Solars are what keep demon lords in check. They are, if you're in the same, basically, if you're ever in the same room, or just the same anywhere as a Solar, really, chances are you are not where you need to be. And this one was specifically sent to kill them. Because, as I said, God was pissed. Paylor was pissed. He wasn't having any of their crap anymore. They are gonna die. And now they'd fought Celestials before. They thought we've got this in the bag. How bad could it be? We fought dragons, we fought Celestials before. There's really nothing this thing can do that can really hurt us. Oh, they could not have been more wrong. To put into further perspective, purely by a balancing standpoint, purely by a game balance standpoint, this party at the time were all level 14 or so, and a Solar is a challenge rating 21 creature. Now, what challenge rating means is that it is a medium, just one of them. One of that creature would be a medium encounter, would be a medium difficulty encounter for a party of 3 to 5 of a matching level. This means that a single Solar would be a medium encounter for a party of 3 to 5 level 21 players. Which, by the way, in base 5th edition, you stop leveling up once you hit level 20. So anything with a challenge rating above 20 is meant to be some kind of final boss monster. But so I told them, roll initiative. The Solar went first. And do you want to know what it did on its very first turn of the fight? It went straight for the sorcerer that burned down the church. And it rolled 2 critical hits. And killed the sorcerer instantly. When I say instantly, I mean that the first hit, the first attack, brought the sorcerer down to 0 hit points. And the second hit did more damage than he had max HP. Which in 5th edition means that he had negative hit points equal to his hit point maximum, which means he was instantly killed. No saving throw. No saving throw. No chance. Just no chance whatsoever. Instantly dead. And that first turn pretty much let all of them know exactly how the rest of the fight was going to go. Fighter was up next. Attack the Solar. Attack the Solar 3 times, because fighters in 5th edition get an absurd amount of attacks. First two didn't hit, just didn't even match the Solar's AC, or armor class, which is the lowest number required to hit the creature. The third hit, even though they put every bit of extra damage they could have into that attack, barely did a thing to the angel. Oh, and then the barbarian decided, the barbarian spoke up and said, "All right, my turn." To which I replied, "No, not yet. Because Solars get a little thing called legendary actions, which are very special actions that can only be taken after another creature's turn." Now you're all probably thinking, wow, that's overpowered. Well, you know what else is overpowered and horribly broken and always in favor of pretty much always in favor of the party? A little thing known as the action economy. In a game like Dungeons and Dragons, a party of 5 is unless there's a massive power difference like it was in the fight I'm currently describing, a party of, say, 4 or 5 will always beat one enemy, just because of how many more times they're getting to act every round. So, that said, legendary actions were made specifically to give more powerful creatures a chance against higher level parties and not get obliterated by the action economy. with that out of the way, with that explanation out of the way, I decided to be merciful, at least for the first round, and just burn all of the Solars, all 3 of the Solar's legendary actions on one thing, just all at once. What else me? As a legendary action, the Solar can do a thing called can use a thing called Blinding Gaze. I'll let you guess what that does. They decide to use it on the fighter. Could probably succeed on the saving throw. It was only DC 15 con. No, they couldn't. You know why? Because they rolled a 4, which ultimately became a 13 because their saving throw bonus. But that's not the point. I tell them they fail. They use their Indomitable feature, which is the feature that fighters get that allow them to re-roll a failed saving throw. They re-roll. They roll a 2. They use their second use of Indomitable, and they roll a natural 1. So what I thought would be an easy success, no, led to the fighter getting completely blinded. And fun fact about that specific case of blindness, the blindness from a Solar Searing Gaze will never wear off unless it is explicitly healed by powerful magic. So really, so basically, the fighter was just basically useless for the rest of the fight. Because, you know, they were blind. They couldn't see anything. Because they couldn't see anything, they couldn't effectively attack. So they pretty much existed to be cannon fodder for a fight that would barely go into the 3rd round. Anyway, once that was resolved, it was actually the Barbarian's turn. Attacked twice, missed once, barely hit on the 2nd attempt though, and much like the fighter, even with all the extra damage that the Barbarian could have possibly dealt, it still only put a tiny dent in the Angel's HP. I think that it was at that moment. Well, not that moment, then certainly this next moment I am about to describe. It was either so I guess I'll go ahead and describe that now. The round goes on with the wizard casts some spells. But the Solar just has massively high stats and saving throw bonuses that at the level that the party was at, there was nothing the wizard could do. There was no spell it could use that could potentially save them. No. Anyway, the next round of combat begins, And and it's back to the Solar's turn. The Solar just flew right on over to the fighter and just obliterated them with its great sword. Not out the fighter, like the sorcerer, however, the fighter wasn't unlike the sorcerer, excuse me. Unlike the sorcerer, the fighter wasn't instantly killed. Keyword being killed. He was instantly knocked out, which means his hit points went from which means he went from full health to 0 in one turn. 2 attacks. And it's pretty much at that moment that the party realized just how screwed they really were. Because the fighter is the fighter. Hey, B, thanks for popping in. Thanks for popping in. I was just not sure if you really heard much, but I was just explaining how absolutely destroyed a D&D party I once ran for got thanks to the consequences of their actions. If you want to hear the full story, just check the VOD later, but as I was saying, back to what I was explaining, the fighter was the party's other tank after the barbarian, and they just got knocked unconscious in a single turn. That alone should tell you just how screwed they really were. Wither? Wait, Wither? Now you got me scared to be. Where the hell is a Wither? No, block, glitch block. Yeah, as I was saying, the party's second tank was instantly knocked unconscious. And that should tell you... And it was at that moment that it was at that exact moment that they realized just how screwed they were. A full round of combat, and they barely put a dent into the Angel's HP. Keep in mind that for pretty much the entire campaign, they were pretty much dealing with every major threat within a single round. So to be nowhere close to done after all that effort, which is something that was almost completely unprecedented for them. Yeah. I wish I had a picture of their faces. Because the look on each of their faces was absolutely priceless. They were all faces that said, "We screwed up." And which, you know, they did, and I'm glad they realized it. So the fighter is instantly downed. The barbarian gets to act because the fighter can't. You know, he's unconscious. Succeeded on a death save, but it's 1 of 3, and he's probably not going to live to see the rest of the fight. Let's be honest. And spoiler alert, no, he didn't. And then the barbarian took their turn, missed twice, didn't deal a single point of damage, and the Solar immediately used a legendary action on said barbarian, made an attack with its longsword. The Solar got a natural 20, a critical hit. The third critical hit it had dealt in this round of combat. Well, not round. I shouldn't say round. I should say fight. Even through now, the barbarian resisted the actual sword part. But what I kind of neglected to mention up until this point is that when an angel attacks with a weapon, it deals a crap ton of extra radiant damage, which is something that, let me tell you, the barbarian did not resist. Oh, that was lag. Now, the barbarian took a whole lot of damage. How much damage? 43. I know that because I remember that because they asked me if that was before or after it was resistance was factored in, and the only thing I had to say to them was, "This isn't you don't resist radiant damage, buddy." Let me tell you, when even the barbarian is scared, you are not where you need to be. If the barbarian is afraid, you're just kind of screwed. There's no two ways about it. They all knew they couldn't run, and they all knew they couldn't beat it. So what they eventually did was just embrace their fate and went down fighting, and just went out fighting. After a couple more legendary actions after a couple legendary action greatsword attacks, the barbarian went down, and at that point it was just the ranger and wizard left. And who could forget the unconscious fighter, who was very much not having a good time at all. So, the Solar took a quick stab at the fighter, who was on the ground, killing him, and then moved on to the ranger and the wizard. And if you know anything about wizards in Dungeons and Dragons, they are the squishiest of the squishiest. They are the squishiest things you will ever meet. They do not get HP. They do not get a lot of HP at all. How little HP did this wizard have? Not sorcerer already died. How little HP did this wizard have? At 14th level, they had 40 hit points. Maximum. one good hit was all the solar needed to instantly kill the wizard. And that's exactly what happened. With its last legendary action, it just killed. It just obliterated. Just delete. To say obliterated would be an understatement. The solar deleted the wizard. Just decided it didn't want the wizard to exist anymore. So just so he just deleted them. And then so it was just the ranger and the solar left. And while the ranger, they put up a good fight. And by good fight, I mean they hit the solar twice. Because they only got one turn. In the end, the solar got it. What would be its last turn, and hit the ranger twice, and just killed them. Just not quite. Didn't deal enough damage to quite kill them outright. The damage rolls are actually pretty low that time around. But it was enough to knock the ranger unconscious, and because there was nothing they could do to stop themselves from just getting stabbed another couple times, they were effectively dead. They were effectively dead along with the rest of the party. And that's the story of the first time a campaign I ran ever had a TPK. Total party kill. So, if any of you who are watching have ever played D&D, I'd like to tell me, what's your favorite tale from the tabletop? I hear lava. Does anybody else hear lava? There's lava. Okay. Well, at first, no, that is an excellent question, B, and one that I actually like asking people myself. Now, the first class I ever played, the first character I ever played was a rogue assassin named Nail. I don't know. N-A-I-L, literally just the word nail, but with 2 L's. Yes, I was an incredibly creative player at the time. Save your applause for later, please. This is not. And, yeah, rogue assassin named Nail. And actually, as surprisingly, out of everyone that people thought was going to survive for the entire campaign, nobody thought that my character was going to be able to survive. So there was just a lot, and that kind of and just seeing all the things I could actually do as a rogue. For what? Like, even after playing pretty much every other class, for a while, Rogue was my favorite class in the game. In 5th edition at least. And then I discovered the glory that is the cleric. Let me tell you right now, if you have a cleric can do anything you could ever want it to do. There's a subclass that the cleric has a subclass for everything. Healbot, want to be a healbot? Pick life cleric. Pick the life domain. Want to be a tank? Play a forge cleric. Want to deal a lot of damage? Well, let me tell you, you could either choose the war domain, or you could pick the light domain, which gets fireball. And that's pretty much all you need to know about how to deal a lot of damage as a light cleric. You just get fireball, excuse me, completely for free. And so, that's just, and so, also, and then there's, yeah, and so, just everything, just the fact that a cleric can do anything you could ever possibly need it to do, coupled with the fact that the class is just fun, because there's a lot of ways to be really, really creative when making a cleric, and creating a cleric. It's just, yeah, if I had to pick any one class that I would say that I enjoy above all the others, a couple years ago, I would have said Rogue. But this is not a couple years ago. This is now time. These are now times. So now, I swear by the cleric. Now, I will admit, clerics are overall outclassed in terms of RP potential by the paladin, because, you know, just, yeah, because I've seen some damn good paladins played, like, yeah, that's really one of the best parts about Dungeons and Dragons. You can just there's something for everybody. If if you want to be pure support, then you want to be pure support, then you can play then you can be one of the you just play either a life cleric or life or knowledge cleric. If you want to deal a lot of damage, barbarian, fighter, and hell, even ranger in the right circumstances. Just don't touch handbook ranger. If you're going to play a ranger, use revised ranger. I cannot stress this enough. Handbook ranger is absolute garbage. A fighter with a bow. I kid you not. A fighter with a bow is better than handbook ranger. But speaking of rangers, speaking of rangers though, if you want to support if you want to be able to support the party in unfamiliar territory, just the wilderness, unfamiliar territory, pretty much anywhere that isn't a city, that isn't a settlement really, pick the ranger. After it was after it got revised a few years ago, it's actually pretty decent. And it's just really fun. It's in the I would put ranger in the cleric category, in the same category as cleric, as in that it has something for everybody. Now back to what I was really talking about. Full support, life or knowledge cleric, DPS, fighter or barbarian, ranger to a lesser extent. If you want to be the guy who's just I'm going to ignore that zombie. If you want to be the guy who's just running all across the battlefield and no one can really do anything to stop you, just be a monk. The mobility of a monk is just absurd. Even broken at times. Yeah, D&D has something for everybody. See, while some classes, and I wouldn't call any class hard to just pick up and play. That would really boil down to subclass. Well, although, admittedly, the Artificer is if there was ever a confusing class, it would probably be the Artificer. No, not even probably, it's definitely the Artificer. Wizards of the Coast has made like 5 versions of the Artificer. When are they going to decide on one? But I digress. There are really only 2 things. Oh, my pickaxe broke. Should have been paying attention. That's okay. That's okay. Here's that tunnel. Yeah. Yeah, sometimes what you can and can't do can boil down to the specifics of the setting the DM has in mind. Because some things just are, sometimes something just might not be plausible or outright doesn't exist. But yeah, you can be as creative as you want. You can be as creative as you want when making a character. Just be sure. You just have to be sure that you communicate. Just be sure to communicate with the GM about what you want the character to be, or what you might want for that character. But hands down, the best part about D&D isn't even isn't yeah, it's really freaking open. Yeah, as I was saying, the single best part about Dungeons and Dragons isn't even technically isn't even a rule of the game. The best part about the game is that it's just sitting down at a table with sitting down at a table with your friends, just throwing all the cares of the world away, just pretending, even for a night, you're not here. You're in this fictional world. You're in this fictional world. And the troubles of this one just don't exist anymore. D&D is all about being who you want to be. And just for me at least. I can't speak for anyone else, but for me at least, D&D is about being who you want to be. Just letting go of just forgetting your troubles for a while. Just having fun, and if you'll excuse me, there's an Enderman I need to stab real quick. Where the hell did it go? I hear it on fire. Oh, hi. Bye. Yeah. If you want to be Boblin the Goblin Bard, if you want to be Boblin the Goblin Bard Rogue who just throws rocks at everything, sure. Go right ahead. If you want to, or if you want to play a more serious character, Paladin's right up your alley. The only limits are your limited imagination. So, do you have any experience with tabletop games at all, or? Oh, almost done. Pog. Oh yeah. Ah yes, critical role. Uno. Ah, so you're a survivor of you're a survivor of the Card Wars too. You're a survivor of the Card Wars as well, huh? Uno gets pretty brutal. Let me tell you, nothing will ever make people shout louder. I have, well, I have, there's only, I have never made anyone shout louder than than one time just way back in middle school. So, long story short, have you ever seen someone start the game with with every draw 4 without and I'd need to be perfectly clear. I wasn't the one who shuffled the deck. I did not cheat. Yeah. Yeah, I remember that hand like I had it yesterday. Every draw 4, a wild card, a blue 8, and a yellow 7. Yeah. So the game went as normal. Blue. Someone played a 7, so I could change it to yellow. Then I had a wild card, so it could be so reality could be whatever I want. And then the sheer just it was at that moment that that the person next to me regrets agreeing to play the game. The face of someone who has had to draw 16 cards is one that you just can't forget. one line down. Well, actually two. Well, actually two. I took care of one off stream. Took care of the north. Took care of the I took care of the north face off stream. One line down. Only two to go. Yeah, I've had a. Yeah. Actually. Actually, yes, I have. No, yeah, I've had a beacon. Yeah, I've had a couple beacons in my time. You admit I'm not afraid to admit that usually once I kill the Ender Dragon, that I just really can't bring myself to stick with the world anymore. Because the way I see it, the Ender Dragon is the last thing you do when playing the game. So once that's over and done with, I just can't really bring myself to do anything else. At least not in that specific world anyway. Although I do typically kill the Wither first. So yes, I have had a beacon a few times. The haste is excellent. Where the heck is there a zombie? Where the heck is there mobs? Oh. Here. Ah, yes. Ah, yes. I remember this place. I remember. Yeah, I remember this hole. There's like a lot of coal and iron in here, so I mined it out when I first moved out here. So post Ender Dragon is when you get things done post Ender Dragon. Like, I honestly don't. Like, you're probably wondering how I can stand to do what I'm doing now, without Elytra, and let me tell you, after almost 10 years of not having Elytra, just not even in the game, you know, having to walk all the way, just having to do everything on foot. Yeah, it's really not that bad. It's really not that bad after you've had 10 years to get used to it. No, I absolutely agree. Oh, hey Vera, how you doing? I absolutely agree that, Elytra is amazing. Elytra is absolutely fantastic. Alright, how am I going to do this? How am I going to do this? Start with there. I'm going to need to repair the shovel soon. Ah, that's great. That's actually Good for you, Vera. Yeah. I explained at the beginning of the stream that I'd originally planned to stream every day this week, 'cause spring break, but I was unexpectedly busy all week. So, but here I am now. Me, I'm doing great. Just, as you can see, doing a lot of mining right now. Oh, just oh, hi, chicken. Oh, I accidentally broke a brick. Actually, yeah, I can see some schools holding off spring break until then. I mean, I'm pretty sure this is about halfway through the semester anyway. For me, at least. Because, you know, be me in college. There are a lot of sheep here, just all bunched together. Why? Yeah, yes. For spring breaks for me started on Monday and Monday to Monday. Oh, I need to go up. Ow. Yeah. Yeah, it's always amazing to see what multiple people can do, just what multiple people can build if they just work together and really try. I remember the first server I ever played on. We all worked together and just build a massive city. Wasn't on Wasn't underwater. But a grand city it was indeed. Now, I do want to point out that this was back when worlds weren't infinite. It was like one of those free servers you could just kind of play on. Yeah, so it's just one of those servers you just kind of find and play on the old Minecraft website. It was, and while, yeah, and yeah, the server's long gone now, but hey, it was fun while it lasted. Oh, gee. Oh yeah, there's a sheep just trapped there now. And a chicken. Well, the chicken isn't trapping. Me? Ooh, I've been playing since damn near the beginning. Like, I remember when Minecraft wasn't infinite. That's how long I've been playing the game. I've been playing since elementary school, and, yeah. While I didn't really play too much of it, well, I didn't play too much of it in between, like, yeah, I didn't really play all that much, like, in high school. That worked? Yes, I think that worked. Well, yes, it did work. Oh, yes. Oh, yes, Xbox Edition. Xbox 360 Edition. My brother and I played it for like a little bit. But it wasn't really anything too, it was never anything too significant. Yeah. Yeah. Is Cape, is that how it's pronounced? Haven't seen haven't seen you, haven't seen you around. You new? Whatever the case, thanks for dropping in. How are you doing? I need another chest. I need another double chest. Yeah. ah, Be ah, Farrah told you about me, huh? Nope. Get away. Get away from the creeper. Get away from the creeper now. Oh, stream lag? Hmm. And I know there's a delay between what I do and what you see, but is the stream lagging? Ah. Oh yeah, I need to repair this pickaxe. Yeah, after quite literally growing up with this game and seeing just how much it's changed, I can tell you for a fact that I never for a second thought that there would be even half the things in the game that are in the game now. Like, yeah, like, I've never even, like, the end, horses, the redstone update. Like, even back in my day, people were doing some crazy things with redstone. Hello, cat. Hello, cat. What are you doing? Hello. Yeah, I mess around with super flat worlds a lot as a kid. Oh yeah, the survival islands. Man, that brings back memories of like old survival challenges. My cat. I don't know what my cat wants, but he just keeps rubbing against my leg. It's adorable. Yeah. Yeah. Let's see. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, all like old school survival challenges, like Iron Man or 404. Oh, you just noticed Escape. Yes, my netherite, my prized possession, my pickaxe aptly named Diggy Diggy Hole. Uh, I remember my middle school had a friggin' Minecraft club. Just a bunch of kids. Just a bunch of kids in one just friggin' library, all on a bunch of computers, playing Minecraft. And the first day we were all given 15 minutes of access, 15 minutes of creative mode, and you better believe that I just blitzed the stronghold. Didn't go to the end. We weren't allowed to go to the end. We weren't allowed to go to the end because we would be kicked out. Because that meant we would be kicked out. But yeah, but I just blitzed the stronghold, claimed it for myself and a friend, claimed it for myself and a friend, and we just lived there. Everybody was just so jealous. The peak of 12-year-old me. This is the peak of 12, 13-year-old me clout. Because as we all know, the only thing that mattered that long ago was Minecraft clout. Oh, hey, Buggy. Hiya, Buggy. No, I feel like I'm the only person. People usually call me crazy, but like, I feel like I'm the only person who has never seen a single video by Stampy. Like, I know he exists. I just never seen any of his videos, like, ever. Yeah, yeah, that is exactly what people say, Escape. When I tell them that I have never seen a Stampy video. Everyone just follow the Buggy 9000 on Twitch. Do it now. Do it. Yeah, no. Nope. I have actually never I have never watched a single Stampy Longhead video in any of my 21 years on this earth. I need to go repair the shovel. Yeah, I did watch the crap out of the Yogscast and like Sky is Minecraft, though. Oh yeah, hey, I love how, like, the one thing, like, one of the few things that my generation can really connect about, and even the current generation, actually, like most people in the last 15, 20 years, the one universal thing that we can all just just sit down, get together, and talk about is Minecraft. Oh. Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Why the hell did that cost so much less anyway? Anyway. There we go. Yeah. I got the... Oh my god, Oh my god, Vera. That's like the I'm not sure if you were here, but earlier I said that some friends and I made a massive city just back on one of those like free servers that you just hop on and play on the old Minecraft website. You just hop onto one of those servers. It wasn't even anything like it was one of those servers where you're in a set flat world. Me and the other people on the server just made that entire box one massive city. The only thing I actually wound up contributing to it was a massive hotel. Wait. This is out of hand. This is getting out of hand. Now there are two of them in there. I really hope you just heard that. My cat just did a little meow. No, no, cat, no. You can't jump on my desk while I'm streaming. No. No. So, speaking of libraries, once upon a time I checked out the book, and there was a Lord of the Rings bookmark someone left in it. It was great. I still use it. I still use that bookmark to this day, actually. Like, I am not even kidding. I still use that bookmark to this day. Wait. Okay, y'all have said I sound like Technoblade before, but like, okay, that just takes the cake. That just takes the cake. What do you want, cat? Well, well, no, well now I have to put. Well, now I have to now I have to put featuring cat in the VOD description. Wait a minute. Not even. Actually, I could put it in the. I can. Listen, I can tell you. This is one thing I can tell you. It's this cat does not want love right now. See, how do I go about this? How do I go about this? I guess the first thing to do would be get rid of all these trees. They're gonna have to go eventually. Might as well take care of it now. I actually. Oh, hey, an apple. Cool. I feel like I'm the odd one out in that I just don't like the look of smooth lighting. Like smooth light, I just don't like the look of smooth lighting and shaders. I will say it right now. I don't like it. I'm not gonna use it, and that is a hill I am more than willing to kill you on. No, I'm not gonna die. Now yes, I know the phrase is willing to die on. I'm not willing to die for this. It's the graphics of a block game. You know what? You know what? One of these. Yeah. Speaking of nostalgia, one of these days I might just fire up an older version of the game and just stream the 404 challenge. You know what? Put it on YouTube. It'll get like 10 views. Are you familiar? Escape. Are you familiar with the 404 challenge of Legends? Up. Ow. Now that right there was a mistake. I am curious. Like I stopped bothering. Like I don't bother to really check. So but now I'm curious. What kinds of new challenges are there these days? Cause like, if you could, Because the only thing that really mattered, there are only two things that ever really mattered back in the day, as far as challenges went. You, if you beat the Iron Man challenge, you're a god, and if you could do well in the 404 challenge, congratulations, tales will be written, songs will be sung. I mean, yeah, Manhunt, sure, but like, come on. It's gotta get old after a while. Like, after like the third Manhunt, sure, you can add one more, but... Well, of course it has sexual undertones. It was made for kids. That's just how YouTube is nowadays. Hell, just look back... Hell, just look back at, like, cartoons just in the history of ever. Yeah. So anyway, it's time to learn... Excuse me. Oh, no. Nope. Not going that way. Yeah, personally, I only ever, like, I had a skyblock, of course, because, like, everybody's had a skyblock. Like, everybody's done a skyblock. Like, I've done the 404 challenge exactly once in my life. I did really well, and then I just got swarmed by, like, 5 creepers. And died horribly. Like, yeah, I died horribly because, you know, it's like, that's 5 creepers. The worst new addition to Minecraft? That's a toughie. The worst new addition? Honestly, I don't like ocean temples. I don't like ocean monuments. I can never find them, and when I can never find them. And when I do, just getting close is just instant death, pretty much like instant death. So yeah, I just don't like ocean monuments. Now, you didn't ask for this part, but on the opposite end of the spectrum, I will defend version 1.0 till the day I die. Actually, I just remembered something that I'm going to hate more than ocean monuments. The addition of the glow squid. It doesn't even glow. This is on the pretense that it was, like, I was hyped. Sure, I was hyped for it at first, but, like, that was me assuming it would actually do something. It doesn't even glow. Well, what the hell kind of bullcrap is that? Excuse me. Excuse me. Excuse me again. Really? That's why people voted for it? Because they couldn't not be dream stands for 5 seconds? Oh yeah, oh yeah, Moo Bloom looked really interesting. Efficiency 4, away! Look how quick this dirt is getting destroyed! Before enchantments, that would have taken like years. Ow. Excuse me for a second. Sorry, I had to sneeze. Anyway, where were we talking about? Remind me, what was Mob A? Was that the Kraken? Was that the Kraken or the Inferno? Ah. Listen. Yeah, look, F in the chat for the Kraken and all, but y'all are just forgetting the OG forgotten mob. Black Steve. I'm not even kidding. I'm not even kidding. That was a mob that existed in the game. Look it up. Oh, let's see. So we got Lana, and can't forget Beast Boy, who was in Minecraft at one point. It just was. Can I tell you why? No. Boy, do I wish this shovel had Unbreaking 3, but it's okay that it doesn't have it. Ah yes, the ether. You know, somewhere on my computer, I have an image of an ether portal. Of a failed ether portal. in like a painting, like in a painting style. Yeah, like a painting style. The image is titled "The Fool's Errand." Oh yeah, yeah. Can you actually mod on? Can't you mod on console now? Can't you use mods on console now? If not, that's disappointing. Oh yeah, that painting absolutely would. The painting of a failed would ether portal would absolutely make a fantastic painting. Oh, you know, I still remember just how excited I was to learn about the Donkey Kong painting. So yeah, to give you a proper answer, is Escape, Escape, the Donkey Kong painting, because Donkey Kong is a very, very fun game. And to see just that painting in Minecraft is great. Oh yeah, that painting. That's a great one. Like, are there any objectively bad paintings in this game? Really? Which one? The white one. The white one. Trying to I don't think I've ever actually seen a white painting. You're gonna have to be a bit more specific. Like, did they add paintings to the game at some point? Because I haven't messed with paintings in literal years. Ow. Was it not? Remember to look where you're going. Yeah, I do have a Discord. I do have a Discord, but I'd rather not disclose it to the public. You know? Just Oh yeah. Yeah, another change to Minecraft I really freaking hate. Back to that little conversation. I hate the alternatives of stone. With a burning passion. Oh, yeah, Buggy's Discord? Yeah, I am. Actually, let me go check that real quick. Let me go check that real quick, actually. Alright, well, I can't find it. I'll have to find it later. Oh, that painting. Yeah. Oh yeah, I agree. That's absolutely That's absolutely disgusting. I have actually never seen that one. I've actually never seen that painting, and now I wish I hadn't. With all the blocks I'm getting, I could build a friggin' mountain. I could build a friggin' mountain biome. Oh my god. Oh my god, this is it's so long, it's barely even in render distance. Okay, I'm starting to think that the others were very correct in calling me mad. But honestly, I'm pretty sure that this is the hardest part. Like this was the hardest part. Yeah, but I don't have a beacon. And I'm actually pretty okay with not having one right now. Eventually, perhaps. Oh, I was about to ask if Druid wanted to sleep, but good, didn't even have to. I'm gonna grab. Oh yeah, I was gonna put the coal away. Honestly, I don't even think the beacon, the AOE of the beacon would even reach the edges. Well, like the reason I haven't gotten myself a beacon yet is just I have terrible luck with getting Wither Skulls. I'm going to be perfectly honest. Like the last time I tried to fight the Wither, I spent like 3 hours and got one. Like my luck is terrible when my luck is incredible when I really, really need it to be. Like a Pokemon battle, for example. Have you ever seen 3 Pokemon get frozen for a combined total of 30 turns? Have you ever seen Focus Blast hit? Didn't think so. Splash, put it insta-kill. Oh, clearly you've just been using Splash wrong. So who's your favorite, everyone, who's your favorite Pokemon? I'll start, Jolteon. It's just cool. It's really cool. I love it. Yeah, but that's just how it goes sometimes. Hmm. Well, well, there, I guess there's always one. You know what? You know what, B? You get one. You get one of those, B. You get one of those. Now, how am I going to get rid of this? Okay, I got it. Well, now I just need to know how just the aftermath of that tweet, because it's not because I can already tell it's either going to be just a festival of crap posting, or just absolute absolute hell. Oh, hello, hello, Kamea. Hello, Kamea. Kamea? Is that how it's pronounced? How are you doing? Thanks for dropping in. Also, Iscape, what have I told you about speaking the language of the gods again? What have I told you about speaking the language of the gods? Actually, I haven't told you anything because I literally can't control what you do. Oh no, oh no, I knew it. I actually know it was Russian. I just oh no, I actually know it was Russian. I knew it was Russian. I just pretty much say that every time someone types like that. Okay, that was my own fault and very embarrassing. Gonna gonna cut that out in post. Oh. No, I do not have auto jump. I think it just acts. I think the game just kind of bugged. I do not have auto jump on. You know, why? Why would I ever play with auto jump? The only times I've ever played with auto jump on is when I didn't know auto jump was on. See? No auto jump. I've always been curious if you can close a door from that far below, and now I know you can. Interesting. See how much? Now, how much of that is left actually? Oh, not that much. Not all too much. Where did I get the name? Well, once upon a time, just once upon a time, I decided that I need a name to use, just an alias to use across all media. At something, something fun to, something fun to say. And the very first thing that came into my mind was Shmirdabu. And that day I decided that would be the name I use for pretty much everything. So yeah, the only reason I picked this name is because I found it really fun to say. Was not expecting there to be a hole there. And the Roomba is bumping into a lot of things and being very loud. Was I at least close? Am I at least close? Okay. So I actually say it right. This means that I'm de facto better than everybody else at the English language. Of course. Thanks, B. That actually helps a lot. Well, ow. When I figure out how to make an emote, I'll let you know. Wait, is it? Oh. The, the mountain is gone. Affiliate. The mountain is gone, everybody. So, this is a very important question. Do I free them? I mean, yeah, I guess it's not gone, but like, give it time. Yeah, give it time, Escape. Give it time. Give it time. Give it time, and the mountain will be gone. Maybe not all. Probably not all of it. I'll probably have to. I'll probably just try and make it look natural. When I get, if I come across two name tags, if I ever come across a couple name tags, I will name these sheep. I will name those sheep I will name them on stream to whatever the hell people want them to be named. Okay. You know what? I'll clear this. I'll clear this road too. I'll clear this stretch too. I can go for another half hour or so. I don't know. Is Buggy still alive? Hey, an apple. Why the heck is there a random brick here? I didn't... Is a brick just missing somewhere? Well, what was I on when I dug this? What was I on when I dug this out? Hey. tree. Yeah. I'm gonna need to... I don't know if I can fix this shuffle again. I might just have to make a new one. Oh, is she? Well, what kind of demon? Yeah, I've never... Yeah. Speaking of phones, my old phone, like, I kid you not, you could literally just break it into a bunch of pieces, just put it back and just put it back together, and it would work just fine. Like, on one hand, points for creativity. On the other hand, why? Like, that's just so specific. Of course you can blame her. Of course you can blame her. She did it. She's the one who did it. Oh yeah, there were probably like a bunch of apples to grab. I should grab them. Go away, skeleton. I don't want to deal with you right now. Hmm. Speaking of which, did you know that the only update in 10 years that did not include the phrase removed Herobrine was 1.16? No, I actually thought, like, when I saw that, I actually thought it was going to be something. Like, I got my hopes up and they were dashed quite expertly. did it. Or did it? Yeah, well, it's confirmed. B is a freaking demon. You heard it here, you heard it here first, folks. B is a freaking demon, confirmed. Anything else to do? Hmm. Hmm. Oh yeah. Another mountain to I have another mountain to erase from existence soon. Well, that that's everything I wanted to get done, and then some. And I've just now run out of things to really talk about. So, thank you all for stopping by, and I'll see you in the next one.